What's up, everybody, and welcome to Savvy Sips Podcast, where we shake things up and take you behind the scenes of the bartending world. I'm your host, Gabby Can't Get Right Owens, because sometimes I just can't get right, one of the bartenders here at DFW Bartending, and I am so excited to be kicking off this first episode with everybody. This episode of Savvy Sips Podcast is brought to you by DFW Bartending, a liquid catering company here in North Texas, and a special shout out to 2 DJs and 1 mic. Today, I have the pleasure of sitting down with Charlie and Savannah, the powerhouse duo behind DFW Bartending. They're not just business partners, they also are life partners. So today, we're going to be talking about how they built this company, the struggles they faced, and how they balance work and personal life. But before we get into all of that, we must start things off the right way with our cocktail of the week. Our cocktail of the week is love potions. If you would like the ingredients and the recipe to it all, just make sure you follow us on all of our socials at DFW Bartending on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So be sure to go check that out and make this drink yourself at home. What's going on, Savannah and Charlie?
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Well,
are y'all excited? Are y'all ready for today?
Yes.
Yes.
For you to drill me with questions?
Absolutely.
I can't wait.
Absolutely. Get into the nitty gritty. Get all in your business.
For everyone to know.
Exactly.
I feel like everybody's in my business already.
Not just yet, but they're about to be. All right. So let's get started. From the beginning. How did DFW Bartending come to life? What made y'all decide to want to get a liquid catering company going?
Sure. I think it all starts kind of with me. 2009, I made the trip down from Michigan where I was born and raised. Took a teaching job down here in Texas. Part of that was, I bartended in college and stuff, got through college. But when I got down here to Texas, it's a big state. And I didn't really know my way around. All I was told is DFW is a big circle with 35s. So I created a little company called DFW Bartending back in early 2010. Didn't expect much of it. At that time, I was still working on my master's degree in counseling. Like I said, I was in education. So it was sat in the back burner for quite some time, but we always had the name.
Well, then we met 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So then we started doing small parties, backyard parties, just together, just something to do, but didn't really do much with it.
Right.
So
we both worked at the ballpark here in Arlington, in the good old Cuervo Club, where actually it's kind of where we started with some of our staff. So 2011, 2012, but again, it wasn't much of anything.
Right. It was just like an idea, just kind of.
It was just an idea, a dream that, came to fruition back in,
18, 17?
17 is really when we started pushing a little bit. We didn't really incorporate until 2018. It really boiled where I was in education. Savannah was working at a bar, a local establishment. The only time we really spent together was working at the ballpark together, which we love. It's our pastime. I mean, if you guys know us, you guys know we like baseball. And so we travel all over the United States to watch baseball. So, really we did that. Then it got to the point where, Savannah wanted something else to do.
Right.
So I always said, here you go. This is still here waiting for you. In 2017 is really when we started pushing it. And we saw something in 2018. May of 2018 is when DFW Bartending really started. But it's really just been a continued growth since 2018.
Yeah, buddy.
So
before the warehouse, where did y'all start from? Like
The garage.
Word.
You would come pick up supplies from our garage.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I know
So
that's right.
Then we moved into our other warehouse, 2019. Then COVID happened.
Mm-hmm.
So we applied for our liquor license February 2020.
Right.
Then March, COVID.
Yeah. Did that have a huge effect on starting, or were y'all still able to still do what y'all needed to do as far as like, you know, still being able to do those events? And
the big
what did y'all have
events
to do to like work around the whole COVID thing?
Yeah, so everyone had to have masks. Everyone needed sanitizer. Everyone needed gloves.
Yeah.
But your bigger weddings, bigger events just scaled down.
Right.
But then we added servers and bussers because the caterers didn't have enough staff because you had to have something for every item.
Right.
So it actually helped us.
Oh, I love that. Y'all started from the mud in the garage. Awesome. Okay, so we all know that every business has their ups and downs. What were some of the biggest challenges that y'all had to face from beginning until now?
Well, there's still the challenges when people call in the day of.
Right.
Or, you know.
I think that just boils down to staffing in general.
It does, but you just have to pivot and be able to, you know, find coverage. And we have really good staff that will bend over backwards for everyone, even their coworkers.
Yeah.
And I think it boils down to if you treat people the right way, they'll treat you back with respect.
Yeah.
You know, just like you, Gabby, you've been with us for quite some time. You know, there's some people that still been with us since the beginning. You know, and Savannah and I preach it all the time. I mean, I preach family. I treat everybody like family. When you treat them like family, they're going to respect you and do whatever they can for you.
Absolutely.
And that's how we built. I mean, I call it an empire, and we're still building our empire.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this definitely is a family. I know I definitely feel that way. I can't speak for everybody else, but I know I do. Y'all are some of the people that I talk about all the time, you know what I mean? Just because of who y'all are as individuals and the love, and, you know, y'all care about everybody, you know what I mean? So what have been some of, because we know around spring, summer, fall, it gets crazy busy around here. So during those times, because some, like you said, with staffing, sometimes we're so busy, it's hard to find people. So, like, how do y'all manage that? How do y'all manage, like, these tough moments where you almost want to just, like, throw your hands up and be like, forget it?
But you just always have to remember to take deep breaths and not freak out.
Facts.
When it is busy days or busy months.
Yeah.
So, you have to take time for yourself as well, just to decompress and get out of the moment.
I can only imagine sometimes. I know sometimes I definitely see y'all running around. Okay, a little flustered, but I definitely
October.
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes, like, I definitely get it, though. Like, with having a business, how things can get frustrating, and, like, being those leaders, like, being in y'all's position, you know, y'all do have to sometimes just take that step back so y'all can reevaluate and understand really how to handle certain situations when it does get crazy around here. Looking back now, is there anything that, like, y'all would have done anything different, like, knowing what you know now? Is there anything that you would do different, change, or wish you would have known before? I
mean, hindsight will kick you in the butt.
Yeah.
So you can't try to think about that stuff too much.
Right.
Obviously, you know, we've had it since 2009. So, yeah, I mean, it'd been glorious if we started back in 2009, 2010.
Right.
But there's nothing I would change. We started in 18 and we're growing and growing.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can always second guess yourself or some of the contracts we had or some of the employees we had.
Right.
But, you know, that's the nature of you know, what we do.
Right.
And it helps you grow. I mean, your mistakes help you grow and stuff you learn. I mean, so I don't know if anything you'd change.
No, I don't think so. I mean, we are where we are now because of the things that did happen.
Right. So there's no regrets of, oh man, we should have did this different or anything like that, because at the end of the day, look at where we are today.
I'd say I could be in the education world still with a bunch of kids that don't respect me. Now I deal with adults that don't respect me, but I can deal with that
That's
a little
worse.
better.
Yeah. Seriously though. Yeah, and I still think that's crazy how you were, like, in the school system, but still, like, doing that. Like, how were you able to manage that? Still being able to get up every morning, go to school, and then still find time to be here and, put the work into here as well?
Well, everybody has a vision in life. Everybody
Right.
sees something, I saw something in this opportunity, but we just weren't prepared to just jump off the cliff.
Right.
I had to support a family at that time. I still have to support the family, but we both support it. But, that was being an entrepreneur, being self-employed is a big difference than,
Yeah.
Uncle Sam paying you.
Right. Right.
So, it took a little while, but it got to the point where, we were talking about hiring more people, and it just I had to let it go because we kept hiring people, and the best qualified individual is myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that as soon as I let school go, and it drives me. I mean, we just went to a basketball game 2 days ago, and I still have a love for it, but
Yeah.
we wouldn't be where we are today if I was still having 2 jobs.
Right. So you definitely felt good about stepping
Oh,
away
absolutely.
from that. Yeah. Yeah.
And
being your
everybody
own
and
boss.
all my teacher friends are telling me they're envious of me.
Hey, Savannah, for you, while he was, at school and then coming here, how did you manage having to,
How to do it all.
while he's not
Yeah.
around or having
Slow
to
down.
pick up that slack, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For you.
So, there were times I would have to call him and just ask him questions,
Right.
but you just kind of work through it. And so a lot of it I was learning on my own,
Right.
sending invoices, answering the phone, working events. So a
Yeah.
lot of it was just me, but then we started getting more and more staff. And so then it just became a little easier.
Right.
And of course it gets easier day by day, the more you do it. So we just managed through it.
I know that's right. Has there ever been a moment or a thought where y'all just look back and was like, we made it? We did it. Is that something y'all sit back and actually think about and actually just take it all in and just, not really sit here and just worry about how hard you have to work and all that other things, but really just sit back and just enjoy the moment?
I mean, I would say there's days where, the people we rub shoulders with, they're like, man, there's no way I would have ever done that before.
Right.
But to ever say you made it, that tells you you don't have any more work to do.
Right.
So I will never say I made it.
Right.
We have ultimate goals in life. I mean, Savannah and I talk about retirement, whatever that looks like, if it ever works. We're 2 people that just don't like sitting around too much, so I don't see retirement really happening.
Right.
But, the people that call us, the people that, the companies that we work for, yeah, there's some sense of, you made it because there's some big companies that we work for.
Right.
But the sense of
It's never really done for
it's
real.
not done.
Yeah.
We haven't written our full novel yet. So.
Yeah. I know
But it
that's
is
right.
nice when you do receive an award saying, the best
Yeah.
in the industry just for that year.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's more of a moment, not really we made it,
Right,
but it's
right,
just
right.
the acknowledgement. And when some of our team is there, it's nice to see
to be
that,
able to witness all of that and be a part
Yep.
of those moments.
So-
Yeah. Definitely have been a part of those moments and they're awesome. Okay. They feel
Yep.
so great. I'd be happy for y'all. Absolutely. All the time. So not only do y'all work together, okay, y'all live together. All right. So how do y'all manage that? Is there a rule once you get home, there's no more talking work, we're home, or does it all just kind of blend together? Or how do y'all manage that, the work life and your personal life?
I feel like we don't really have any set boundaries or rules about it.
Right.
I think sometimes it's just an unwritten one
Yeah.
that we try not to talk about work, but of course something will come up,
Yeah.
an email or a post you'll see. And so it just brings up the conversation of work, but we don't really, we try to leave it at home, but
Right,
I mean,
right.
at work, but
I would say in the world we live in today, which is an instant gratification world, it's almost hard to shut it off.
Right.
We have a lot of conversations at home, and I'll be honest, they do revolve around one of our businesses. But that's part of the reasons why we try to get away. We take trips. Part of that is it's our decompressing time. You know, it's like we trust that our staff is going to run this thing.
Yeah.
You know, one day we're going to put this thing on autopilot, you know, and then we're really going to appreciate it.
Right.
But whenever we're here in the moment, it's always something. Somebody's calling, oh, I forgot this. You know, that's the hard part. But you know that going into this lifestyle.
Exactly.
I mean, there's...
Yeah.
If you want time alone, you're in the wrong field.
You just gotta
can't really be a business owner.
Take off. You like, sir, your phone's on do not disturb. Okay, don't ask me any questions. You know what you need to do. Yeah. Because I can only imagine sometimes though, with it being like, with y'all, of course, living together and working together, have this business going, to turn it off when you get to work sometimes, especially after like a busy day or a long week. You know what I mean? There's still some things that you feel like y'all haven't talked about yet because y'all just been so tied up with events and stuff like that. So yeah. I definitely understand how that can sometimes be a hard thing to kind of turn off once you get home, you know? Yeah,
I mean, it affects your sleep cycle. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
You know, but we care.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yes, sir.
We want to improve, so we always talk about that.
I know that's right. Because there's always room for elevation. So sometimes those conversations just have to come up. What advice would y'all give to other couples or just people in general who wants to go out here and start their own business, either with their partner or just themselves? Any advice for those people?
I don't know about it. It could be hard to work with your spouse. There's no doubt about it, because what we alluded to, there's no downtime.
Yeah.
You know, there is some gratitude that you built something together.
Right.
You built a marriage together. You built a business together. You know, that just proves you could do a lot of things together.
Right.
And I think it truly brings your relationship closer and stronger. You know, the biggest thing, it's not easy. It's not easy to start a business. It's not easy to work with your spouse or not your spouse. You know, it's just, you just have to be flexible. You have to be kind of patient and understanding and open-minded.
Yeah.
Because if you're closed, it's not gonna end well.
Right. Right. So we know out here in North Texas, huge, very active. There's always something going on out here. How have y'all seen the business, this industry, the bartending industry, grow since y'all started and where we are now?
Yeah, so I mean, I will say the one thing that's changing a lot is mocktails. So a lot of people are trying to not drink as much,
right?
Or just not drink at all. And so we're trying to grow the market of mocktails and serving, you know, you can serve anyone. You could serve high school kids, you could serve grandma, but just doing special. Yeah, but it's still a fancy drink and not just juice. Here you go.
Yeah,
like you want to enhance their event or their, you know, wherever they're at. And so I think mocktails is a really big thing.
I think that boils back down to back when we first started in 2018. There was only like a handful of us that did what we did. You know, I could count 2 to 3 of us that actually had our liquor license.
Right.
Yep.
You know, in today's age now, there's quite a few, and it's a very saturated business. We get on social media every day, and there's a new mom and pop bartending company.
Right.
You know, and it doesn't scare me. You know, I thrive with competition.
I know that's right.
You know, but at the same time, as an educator, I want to make sure people are doing things the right way. So I'll be the first one to educate them the proper way too. Like we constantly have new bartending companies call us, say, hey, what would you do? What did you do? You know, and we talk about our growing pains. We talk about, you know, we try to help them. You know, that's the biggest thing we want to show is we're not our biggest competitors. We're some of the best friends with, because we call each other once a month, at least I do. And just kind of talk shop.
Yeah.
Because
there's enough competition or enough business to have competition.
Right.
It's always good to talk to your fellow competitors.
Right. Yeah, because I honestly had no idea that this side of bartending even really existed. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize that how big it was becoming until I got here. You know what I mean? So this is something I've never been a part of anything like this till now. You know what I mean? So to just see how big the industry is now, you know, like since I've been here, and like you said, it has grown. There's been more companies popping up every day or whatever. So this was definitely something I had no idea existed, but I'm excited that it does. You know what I mean? Because it's something that takes you any and everywhere. You never know who you're going to run into, whose hand you're going to shake, you know what I mean? And just how interested people really are when it comes to this industry on this side, besides just being at a restaurant bar or, you know, a club or something like that. Because when you think of bartending, that's what you think about.
Yeah. Well, and then you can also build like relationships with other vendors or even clients that, you know, want to constantly book you. So it's always good to build those relationships.
How were y'all able to build your clientele? Like, was that just like word of mouth, or like how did that go besides like the marketing side of it, like putting it out there?
I think it all started, you know, with these pay for whatever apps, and it got, you might get a gig here or there, but it's all about networking and who you get to know, you know, and we built a reputation. So by the time your reputation connects with the right people through networking, I mean, you're going to find that the business will come to you. Right. You know, we pay for the wedding wire or not, whatever it's called now. You know, we pay for Google ads. But really, I mean, it's about our relationships. Yeah. You know, we network with plenty of different groups in this North Texas area when we're fortunate enough to have a lot of them. So, you know, and it's nice now that, you know, these new bartending companies are coming up to us during these networking events and asking us questions, you know. We're humble, and we're not afraid to talk to anybody or lead them the right way. Right. Gatekeep it. We don't want any of that. Okay, so are there any cocktail trends that you love right now, or or do you wish any of them would go away? Like any trends out there that you love? Well,
I'm a little over old fashioned, so time to move on.
But everybody loves whiskey. I know, you can't get rid of whiskey.
I'm not saying get rid of whiskey, just the whole.
Everybody loves to drink whiskey that way.
Yeah, but half of the people don't even know what old fashions are or what even goes in them the proper way. You know,
it's one of the simplest recipes too, which is crazy. Unless you put your own little mix to it. It's actually one of my favorite.
So with a cherry or without a cherry?
You're going to get it anyways. Okay? You can pick it out if you want, but that goes with it.
I think it's just playing because something else talked about, you know, the kids nowadays don't drink as much, not kids, they're 21 and older, right? They don't drink as much as they used to, whatever generation they call these guys nowadays. So you have to be mindful of that. And I think that's when she was talking about those mocktails, you have to be prepared for them. I think some of those mocktails kind of taste like syrup. So I don't really care for them. I'm more of when I did drink a lot more than I do now, it was more of a whiskey, ginger, you call it good. Give me 2 ingredients, I'm good to go. Yeah. But I feel like, and I understand it, they want more ingredients in their drinks, more bang for their buck, I guess. But to me, it just
presentation of things.
Yeah, it is. Like it's all about presentation.
Definitely, like the trend for sure is the presentation of it all. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's how a lot of people actually like sell that drink or just sell, you know, whatever their company, their name is, their reputation. Like it's all about how that drink looks, and it's just like, ooh, I want that right there. You know what I mean?
Well, it's just like shopping in the store. I mean, you shop in the store, you see what you like, that's what you're going to buy. Yeah, right. It's the same situation.
Yeah. As long as it looks pretty, they're going to buy it. Okay, so what's next for DFW Bartending? Are there any big goals or any big dreams, big events coming up, or anything that you're looking at, or what y'all have discussed to elevate in another way?
We never settle, so that's
right.
So we're always looking for the next opportunity. You know, we're tackling on a big beast with the new venue. So that's kind of been the big thing for us lately. There's some goals we have that we want to get more involved with different types of events, per se. We're trying to build the whole mixology opportunities for the community, not just our staff and clients. I don't know if there's any other.
Like you said, what we're trying to get into. So the festivals, just different events. Some of the events that are going to be happening in North Texas. So like the World Cup that's coming, the Grand Prix, any events that, you might can have just a service. So once again, it doesn't have to be alcohol. It could just be, the mocktails or anything, with trailers, with TVs. So something that the events that are coming. So
Yeah, buddy.
those are the goals.
Yeah, buddy. And I am excited. So in 5 years, where do you see the business and yourselves?
Well, 5 years, we got to be out of here. Or we could renew.
I was going to say, let's renew.
Well-
okay, I love this new spot.
We, DFW, would like to own our own place.
Got you.
So instead
Yeah.
of paying someone else.
Right.
But that would probably be really hard to find. But we have 5 years to do it.
Yeah,
Well,
buddy.
4.5. Because it'll take about a half year to build.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
But
buddy.
that would be a goal. But
That would be awesome too. Something to really just call like ours. DFW, this is us.
Well, I think it just counts on your ultimate goals too. We have financial goals too. We don't. I mean, as long as we see steady growth every year, that's what we're hoping for. You're gonna hit your roller coasters, you can hit your dips, you can hit your highs.
Yeah.
But we just need to keep progressing forward. Long as the venue was a big thing, part of our 5-year plan, and it came a whole lot quicker than I imagined.
Yeah.
I was sitting in a SBA class last year talking about my 5-year plan, and part of my 5-year plan was hoping to get a venue.
And boom.
Come 2 months later, here we are knocking
Yes,
on my
sir.
door. So, having 10 events has been, a struggle, but a huge accomplishment for both of us because it proves that we can do this. But, it goes back to our staff. We couldn't do this if we didn't have a positive staff that help us. However, it doesn't matter if, they're bartending or they're
taking out the trash.
taking out trash,
Whatever.
doing toilets, doing parking. It don't matter. They're there for us. And, that's the positive thing about it. And that's what we built. I mean,
Yes,
we
sir.
built this as a culture. I'm big on culture. And they're going to help us grow this business even more in the next 5 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, before we start wrapping things up, we are going to play a quick round of rapid fire.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a few quick questions, and you just answer them with the first thing that comes to mind.
True or
Okay.
false? Is that A or B?
So no true or false. No true or false. You got to answer, okay? All right, are y'all ready?
Yep.
So what's your go-to cocktail or mocktail to order?
Well, to order or to drink?
Either.
Well, like to make
Yeah,
or
either or. Rather you go
I drink
somewhere, order-
micheladas.
I was waiting on it. I was waiting on it.
But I like to make, like margaritas, like jalapeno margaritas.
Yeah.
So anything we can shake.
Right on. I know that's right.
I'm a whiskey ginger guy.
We know you keep it simple.
So, and I like to pass out beers because I don't like working too hard.
Right. Just pop that bad boy over it. Okay. What is the weirdest drink request you've ever gotten?
So I don't even know if it has a name, but they said lychee, vodka, Grand Marnier. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
lychee's actually not that good, like liquor wise. Like
So
it's a little bitter.
martini.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord, their chest was on fire.
Yep.
I know it was. What about you, Charlie?
I couldn't tell you the last time I made a drink. To be honest with you.
You've been on the other side for too long.
I've been on a lot of other sides.
Okay. Who's the better bartender?
Savannah, bar none.
Touche.
Okay. What's one thing people get wrong about bartenders?
We are not therapists.
Facts. Oh my gosh.
I don't care who slept with who. What do you want to drink?
Facts. Sitting at the bar crying. It's just like, ma'am, here's some water.
I will say that was one of my biggest things when I was in school because I was a school counselor. So I'd work at school all day, helping the young generation as they're growing up. Then going to the bar and listening to these adults that I see these young kids right in their eyes. And just shake my head.
Which the adults are even worse.
No, seriously, especially at a bar. Oh my goodness. Like, do you even really need a drink right now? Like, should we intensify these feelings? What is your favorite part about owning DFW Bartending?
The pride you put into it.
Yeah.
I know Mr. Jeff Powell always says I'm the king of branding.
Yeah.
But I put my heart on my chest, and we put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this thing. So
Yeah.
you bet your ass I'm gonna put my name everywhere.
I know that's right.
Because there's the flexibility too, you know, but it's all about you get what you put into it.
Absolutely.
You know, and I know for a fact what Savannah and I have put into this thing.
Yeah. Savannah, you?
Yep, I second that.
Yeah, buddy.
You know, it's nice because I can bring my dog to work every day.
Big Blue, okay? Please go follow him on Instagram and Facebook, okay? He's
Big
the
Blue
cutest
Bart.
thing. He's the cutest thing, man. Yeah, buddy. I know that's right. Well, Charlie, Savannah, I appreciate y'all for taking the time out your day today to come sit here and talk with me on our first episode here on Savvy Sips. It's been awesome. It's been awesome.
Our pleasure.
I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. We're definitely going to have to do this again, okay? And to everybody out there listening, thank y'all for joining us. Be sure to go follow us on all of our socials at DFW Bartending on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook for any updates, any behind the scenes, and of course our cocktail of the week for next week. Thank you for joining us, and until then, love, peace, and hair grease. We'll see y'all later.